What's up, YouTube? So another AMC and GME video. Just kind of want to go over some stuff going into Tuesday. Yeah, it's a long weekend and it sucks, but we're gonna make it. So yeah, this interesting kind of post from 4chan leaked out, and this guy on YouTube, Richard Newton, has been going over this GME, options chain data and all this different stuff for a long time since 2021. So he basically posts this leak, and it's basically saying, hey, Ryan Cohen, I guess, is striking up a deal. So essentially, the Swiss team, right? So they wanted to buy all these call options, but whenever you exercise a call option, you're buying the shares, and you can't own more than 10% of the entire float, or else you'll be subject to the SEC insider rule. If you own more than 10%, you'll be investigated. And it's like, how do we know this? Well, it actually already happened because Ryan Cohen did this with Bed Bath and Beyond. I mean, he had more than 10% of the total shares, and Cohen, who is currently chairman at GameStop, had disclosed a near 10% stake in Bed Bath and Beyond in March 2022. That same month, he had 3 new directors and agreed to look for alternative for its bye bye baby unit. So he literally exited his hit. So what he did, he had more than 10% shares, tried to exit his position, and that's against the SEC insider rule. And so now he was investigated by the SEC, and so you had to think, okay, well, why are they trying to have less than 10%? Okay, well, they automatically know if they have more than 10%, they try to sell their shares or some shit, try to exit their positions, that they're just gonna be sued. Like, they're just gonna be instantly investigated by the SEC. So I think what happened is, Ryan Cohen was basically like, hey, let's jumpstart this shit. Like, let's finally get this shit over after 3 years. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna increase the float. And so now whenever you're able to exercise all your call options, it's less than 10%. So you have to think, if this shit is real, that's just insanity. Because if they exercise all of these call options, I mean, imagine 10% of the entire float having to be bought, within like a week, within 2 weeks. I mean, it's like, that's just insane. I'm not saying that this alone is the short squeeze. I'm saying this shit is gonna ignite it, because you have all these these people in short positions, naked shorts, trying to kick the can down the road. And this Swiss team's like, hey, I'm gonna take the loss. I'm gonna take the slap in the face, but I'm gonna get out. So basically, this Swiss team is like, hey, instead of me going down with everybody, I'm gonna get out, with a slap on the face, but everybody else is just gonna get slaughtered. So they're basically saying, hey, screw everybody else. We're gonna jumpstart the short squeeze. We're gonna take a huge loss, but we're still gonna be able to survive. And so they struck a deal with Cohen. He's like, okay, fine, I'll increase the total amount of float, and then you can do your 10% shit with the call options, and then we're gonna jumpstart this shit. And these things start expiring. I mean, this one expires 31st, and this huge one expires on the 21st of June. So we're gonna see. And the thing is that actually by the 21st, you actually have to disclose the sale, right? So you have to disclose who actually bought these shares. I think it's within 13 days. You have to disclose it within 13 or something days of when the sale happened. So this should happen by the 31st. We'll actually be able to see, like, if this is legit. So yeah, that's just like a little. I mean, I encourage you guys to go watch this video, because it's he does a way better job at explaining it. I just want to give this like exposure, as much exposure as possible. But yeah, obviously this could be fake. Obviously maybe someone posted this and it's all bullshit, and you got to keep that in mind. I don't really go off any of this stuff. I just thought it was extremely interesting. I thought it made sense because you're seeing all this, you know, volume with the options change that's kind of like doesn't really make sense. I mean, these people are paying extreme, you know, amounts of premiums for these calls, and it's like they have to have some kind of motive to be paying that much premium. So it makes sense. Everything lines up. But yeah, I encourage you guys to go watch that video and check that guy out because he's making some dope shit. Anyways, so let's go to the short-term game plan for GME going into next week. So yeah, we have another Wyckoff schematic, and this is a what the hell? I had to make a little rectangle here. Okay, so that is frustrating. What the hell? Okay, let's move that over. Boom. Alright, so this is idea. Let me go to the brush. Boom. Alright, so coming into distribution, this is our trend short, and this is our creek, and this is our spring. And what did we see at the end of the day? Well, we literally broke distribution, and then we ended the day around $21, $22, right? So this is what we want to see. We want to see a breakout, and then we can continue up. So we want to show a sign of strength at the 23-29 area. So that's kind of our game plan. If this really is a spring, then we can come out and show strength at $23, $24 right here, and then we can shoot up again back to these targets. So that's our current game plan for next week, and our daily daily game plan is still the same. Let's move this, delete that. Literally, you know, if you guys want to watch the last video, you know, we did Elliott wave. You know, this is literally just a bull flag. Like, there's really just nothing else to even be said. It's a bull flag. And yeah, I'm excited for next week. I'm excited for next month. This could take, you know, months. I mean, you have to think that, you know, this may not be able to happen in just like 2 seconds. You know, if we measure this distance from the beginning to, yeah, that took 157 days. So, I mean, that's a long time. That's a long time. If we take the measurement, let's say from the beginning of here, we measure 157 days. That's all the way in September. Now, I think this is going to happen a lot sooner because you are seeing, you know, all this crazy stuff, all this options chain activity. And yeah, I mean, the thing is that you can exercise a call whenever you want. And they're in the money, right? If these are all $20 strikes, then they're already in the money going into Tuesday. So they could really start this anytime they want. You know, we just have to look at the chart, and we just have to, you know, adapt as more data comes in. If we go to AMC, game plan is still the same. If you want to watch some of my earlier videos where I go over this, yeah, this is pretty simple. We literally just have to get into this 2-year channel. Like, there's nothing else to be said. And you can see that we actually rejected it right here perfectly. So we literally shot up into the middle of the channel, came down, rejected the channel, and now we're kind of doing this U-shaped recovery. If we go to the 5-minute time frame on GME or on AMC, we are seeing a U-shaped recovery. We're seeing a U-shaped recovery. So preferably on AMC, we want to see something like this. I mean, it's literally a cup and handle pattern. Maybe come down, retest the channel. We don't really even have to, but then we want to see a break above this $20 to $25 level, wherever we land, whatever, how long it takes to eventually get on top of this channel. We want to use it as support, and as I said in the previous video, if we start using the top of the channel as support, you can see, you can go up to these crazy horizontal areas of interest, all the way to $120, $140, and this horizontal zone's my next level of interest here. And holy cow, I mean, you see this insane spike in volume. Even compared to this initial run up, we are seeing an insane amount of volume here. You're seeing very unusual things, because even in GameStop, you traded like the entire float of GameStop. Like, you traded the entire float, and hey, what are we seeing? We're seeing a spike in volume, and then it falls off. And then you see a spike in volume, it falls off, spike in volume, and that's hopefully what we're going to be seeing here. We see a spike in volume, fall off, and then now we're ready for the upside again. It's it's pretty simple. If you see a breakout like this with volume confirmation, so this is a volume indicator that detects abnormalities of, like, basically just spikes in volume compared to an estimated moving average, EMAs. And we saw an extreme spike in volume as we broke out, literally as we broke out. Like, you didn't even really see, you saw a small amount of volume uptake, but the real volume came right when we broke out. Literally, the candle that we broke out of this channel, we saw a volume spike. I mean, that's just giving us confirmation that this shit is real. Like, this is literally just a bull flag. And we pushed out of the bull flag with volume. Then we saw a decline in volume as we come to retest the flag. We retested it, and now if we see another volume spike, I mean, we're home free, baby. There's nothing really else to even be said. AMC, same plan. Saw an insane volume spike, volume decline. Now we just need to get back into this channel, and that's like the entire, that's literally just the entire game plan. But going back to this, man, yes, starting at the 31st and going from there, this could be very exciting. And you have to think that literally on Friday, when this was announced, hey, we completed our $45 million 45 share sell. That's bearish. That's bearish, because it's not only is it a dilution, but you're selling 45 million shares into the market. That's bearish, right? That's a 45 million sell order. That's bearish, because your own CEO is diluting and selling your stock. That's why AMC took a hit whenever Adam Aaron did all that bullshit with AMC, crazy dilution. But instead of going down, instead of the market, saying that was bearish, we bounced from $17, $18 all the way to $22 in aftermarket. So, something's going on here. And everything lines up with that. I'm not gonna sit here and say, hey, this thing is legit, but it's looking legit to me, and it's it's very exciting. So yeah, I mean, I'm make sure to subscribe to the channel, because I want to be able to live stream with you guys next week. So make sure to like that, hit the fucking like button, and subscribe to the channel, because I think you need 50 subscribers or something to be able to live stream. So I want to be able to live stream with you guys during the week and bounce ideas off of each other and interact with you guys, and because I'm not making these videos as if I'm a know-it-all. I'm sure there are a bunch of people way smarter than me, and obviously I'm a bull on this. There's a bunch of bears. There's a bunch of people saying this shit's going to zero. Fuck this company. I mean, hey, I don't know. Like GME has like $2 billion in cash. They can do an acquisition. They can do all this other different shit. But that's beyond the point. I'm just looking at the chart, and it's like I want to be able to bounce ideas with you guys because I'm not an Elliott wave expert. I'm not even a Wyckoff expert. I'm not an expert in anything. I'm just showing what I'm seeing. I'm just showing like a bull case of what could happen, and I would love to get y'all's opinions and everything like that. And then like, you know, I'm here to get smarter. I'm here to make money, and yeah. So make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys hopefully on Tuesday. All right. Thanks for watching.